Hello, Smite fans. Welcome to the commentary desk here in Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Bart. This is Brandon, and we will be bringing you all of the action today on this lovely Friday that kicks off DragonCon here in Atlanta as well. So traffic galore.
Are you going?
Maybe a day.
I might go like Saturday night or Sunday night just to like check it out.
Just to see it all.
But there's video games at my house, which I'm a big fan of.
Yes, I have video games and like booze and a bed and my dog. So I don't know. I might sleep and just game all weekend. But we do have a long weekend of commentary that I will be doing in between the gaming and the sleeping, of course. Here is the schedule. Today, we will be bringing you Titan and Paradigm, an interesting matchup, and AFK versus Team Solo Mid, so some top end from last split finisher going head-to-head here. And then the rest of the weekend, you can see the 5th and the 6th are chock full of great games. 4 matchups per day. Those are all best of 2, so 8 sweet Smite games coming your way this weekend.
These are 2 really amazing sets today. Now, you have Titan and Paradigm, which goes back forever. Titan, notably the strongest team in Europe for however many splits since Worlds, right? But
Except
Paradigm,
wins land sometimes.
Despite the fact that Paradigm seems to be a weaker team, the Titan can't seem to beat them, ever.
No. Yeah, it's kind of a weird one, right? But it's kind of a year ago, you would say these are the up-and-coming stars of Europe against like kind of the veterans of Europe.
Right.
Now, of course, a year after that, they're all kind of veterans. But still, I mean, it seems like Paradigm's had their number since
forever.
Beginning of time. Yeah, more or less.
They're going to be going up against, like we said, Paradigm. And Paradigm is such an interesting team because their god pools are so big. Their play style is so off the textbook, right? Their fundamentals are strong, but their strategies are always very strange. Players like Trixtank and Xaliea are always very... I guess the word is janky, right? They do weird things, they confuse their opponent, and they catch them off guard. And I think that's why Titan struggles.
Well, we keep on talking about Xaliea for this team. It hasn't really showed up in
at all
a long time, really. Like almost 2 seasons. Has it been that we've seen like dominant Xaliea?
Right, Split 1, it was incredible to watch. You know, we saw the Nemesis come out all the time, which was crazy, and he had all these weird characters, but maybe he was relying a lot on Vamana, who is notably, possibly even the weakest character currently in the meta.
Bluestone Vamana, though.
Yeah, Bluestone abilities. Everybody.
But yeah, we'll see how Xaliea handles Atarawxia, and vice versa, right? Will we see that old Xaliea? As of late, he's been kind of a lane staller. You know, sometimes he'll win, sometimes he won't. Hasn't really lost lanes horribly bad in recent memory, but we'll see if he can come out and dominate Atarawxia, which certainly would be a key to success here for Paradigm.
Well, Titan versus Paradigm, your first set in this action-packed Friday. We're also going to be checking in with TSM and AFK, the top 2 seeds in North America from the last split as well. First ban, going to be Freya. Wow.
Okay.
Cuvo, Funball, both have incredible Freyas. I'm sure Xaliea has one as well.
First ban, Freya. Well, we got to remember Khepri is in the pool.
I think Paradigm is going to be tasked with taking Khepri down. KanyeLife, though, we know that he gets into these weird god pools, you know, for a long time, wasn't like even playing Geb, right? He was playing Ymir, Ares, and Athena. Like, does he have the Khepri ready to go?
I would say Khepri is not the most difficult god in the world to play.
She's actually it's not a girl.
No, it's not.
I don't know why. I've been doing that since we, like, had him early on, right, before he even had a model. Hell, gonna get banned away. I don't know what that's about.
What? Europe.
I guess people are afraid of healers. I mean, Aphrodite to me.
I mean, there's just not a lot of anti-heal available. 100% anti-heal is much more difficult to come by. Khepri there is the ban, of course. Titan, now they get to choose. They pick the Dragon King of the Eastern Seas.
Yeah, Kuang available. Bellona available as well. Plays like every role, period. So it's possible. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff on the table. Athena, Geb still available as well.
It's got to be Geb or Kuang, I think. That would be my guess.
You know, knowing Titan, Ares and Ymir as well.
Ymir could very well be a highly contended pick, but their first pick, Aphrodite. Okay, sure. Why not?
Character's crazy.
Hard to heal. Hard to stop her healing.
Already really strong beforehand. Now that you can't fully stop her healing without building items, it's very hard to keep her locked down. Increasing the damage as well. A lot of people forget that jealousy damage is insane. By kissing...
Percentage.
What?
It's percentage.
20%. Yeah, and on an Kuang, like, God help you. But they won't have that opportunity. Kuang gets locked in. Bellona as well, I would assume.
Yeah, Kuang, Geb, Kuang, Bellona likely here. But Titan with the Aphrodite first pick, I don't know, man. It's like still the thing with Aphrodite is that, and mages in the soul lane altogether, is that it's just very easy to invade them. So an aggro-based lineup, Paradigm could work, and you'll see this pick skyrocket through the value charts basically here as Odin. As his ultimate is one of the ultimates that does shut down healing completely inside of the ring. So
it actually has a lot of control. Not only will you lock people inside who don't have jumps and if they don't have combat blink, but it's 100% healing reduction plus a rather scaling with level attack speed slow, which could be very helpful against hunters.
I already don't want to play against this Titan team.
Aphrodite and Janus.
Yeah, very hard to keep locked down, very hard to secure kills against. A lot of opportunities for the big plays, the big defensive plays out of these two. And they'll take a Sun Wukong as well. So the thing that they're really lacking here is still damage. Janus really the only core damage dealer. Aphrodite will kind of phase out later on, back off being the primary source of damage for her later on in the game. Wukong, well, he's a lane dominator.
Wukong is nonsense.
Yeah.
A lot of solo laners are believing right now that he is the best solo lane, and this includes Bologna. I probably should have brought this up earlier. Bluestone Pendant allows you to clear the wave with one ability at like level 4, level 5. It gets very hard to deal with.
Cudgel clears the wave at rank 4 with Bluestone, is that right?
Yeah, with 4. Yeah, level 7. One ability, very hard to deal with. So Ice is going to be picked up here. Still a huge pick. Kali going to get banned away. I guess they didn't want that Aphrodite Kali, the famous Aphrodite Kali that we saw so many moons ago.
And Repi is a Kali player, as we know very, very well from yesteryear.
And a very good Kali player.
Yeah, indeed.
Knows the character front to back as well. And, they have really great min-maxing with Bird still being, behind the scenes. So their builds are going to be very strong.
Is that an Aphrodite pun?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Bologna gets banned. Bologna got banned in the second phase, Bart.
Yeah. I think that's the Sun Wukong pick there.
I don't think we've ever seen Bologna get banned in the second phase. I don't think she's ever gotten that far. Might be the first time in like months.
It's certainly been a while.
Ooh,
hey.
Ullr. A little bit confusing to me considering
Solo
how much
lane, maybe?
CC. It's possible.
But
they still have one pick left.
So that means I'm just trying to rationalize why you pick Ullr with Odin's, what has to be an Odin support, essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't think Odin's certainly not a solo laner.
It could be Kuang solo, Odin jungle.
Kuang versus Aphrodite, though? Like, how can he ever clear the distance?
Yeah, it's going to be really rough. Aphrodite still might be mid. Janus could be solo. Or then again, there's Wukong. Wukong's likely to be solo. Afro could be support?
Question? Or it could be some Wukong support as well, I guess.
Awilix is going to be the jungle. I don't think there's any question there.
This is a weird composition.
That is a very weird composition.
I think that they're just thinking, look, Awilix has that insane steroid when you use your ultimate. Sure, Gravity Surge is nice for the pull and all the CC that it can bring to the table, but it is also the most powerful steroid in the game.
Yes.
For 5 seconds, so couple that with an Aphrodite, nice amount of uptime for Awilix, maybe a Heavenly Agility as well there, or a Frostbound Hammer. And she'll be able to kill any target pretty quickly, but likewise, how Kuang will be able to gobble her up. So composition-wise, it's a weird one from Titan.
It could be Wukong support as well. Although, okay, so Nuwa gets locked in. We're probably going to see Odin support in that regard. Kuang jungle, Nuwa solo, Isis mid, with, of course, Ullr taking the ADC.
So then, I would then probably run that Sun Wukong support then, given that last pick out of Paradigm.
Forget speculation. We're in the game.
KanyeLife will be piloting the Sun Wukong.
Atarawxia is back on Hunter.
Atarawxia, is he playing the Hunter in the Hunter role?
I would assume so.
Well, because Confrey, Aphrodite and Confrey were synonymous for some time.
Healers coming back means Confrey enjoys that lane again, is what I'm seeing. But
or at least the Aphrodite again. They first picked it for him, so all eyes on Confrey here. If Confrey loses this lane, which is potentially...
it's going to be Isis.
But yeah, if Confrey loses this lane, I would expect Titan to lose the game.
I would have expected Xaliea to have the Nuwa, given the fact that Nuwa has the global presence, which is more valuable from the right, considering Gold Fury's all the way on left.
Yeah, but Isis is much more of a playmaker than Nuwa.
That's true, but is she going to make the plays against Aphrodite? Like, there's no way to sustain. Ooh, meditation. Rip my tattoo. People are buying it again. Med's in a good spot, especially on Aphrodite. Remember, her passive going to give her, or part of her mana gain to her target, or rather her soul mate. So this actually winds up giving more mana than usual. I like the fact that he also started with the Vamp Shroud. A lot of clear time. I'm interested to see where he's going to go. I'm looking for those pen boots. Cooldown boots does not offer enough damage against someone like Isis. He's going to need to get those clears as fast as possible. Also, remember, it could be a salvation for Kuang. If Kuang grabs you with his Execute Bart and you hit someone with salvation, the heal cancels.
No, right. It'll take him above Execute range. Kuang will not get the reset, won't get the ability to happily land on his target.
I would say Aphrodite, one of the top 3 people to use meditation in the game, along with Hercules and maybe someone like Guan Yu or Wukong.
Right, yeah. And you don't see it on the bruises very often because of their overwhelming need for either Blink or Creeping Curse.
That's true.
In past meta. But now with the Creeping Curse getting a bit
I still think it's good.
Downward adjustment, no longer as prioritized.
Right, that's true.
But so.
Oh wait, no, Confrey is hooked onto KanyeLife.
Okay.
So they're doing okay. That's interesting. So I mean, that lane will never die. And Wukong, remember, he didn't go into a normal support start. He went into Bluestone Pendant. And given the fact that they have that meditation in that lane, neither of them are ever running out of mana. That's really smart.
This is a... Yeah, you know, maybe it'll be a little bit more successful than the ADC Kalu that we've seen pop up here and there. Wukong brings a lot of the same things to the table, especially with the Bluestone Pendant in the current state that it is.
Trixtank's looking for this bomb, man.
Similar to what you see out of Golden Bow Mercury back in the day. It's a similar kind of idea, although about 4 times more resilient.
Atarawxia taking this Neith play in stride here as we see him looking against Xaliea. Now, Xaliea is really looking for the big silence plays, right? The only way to shut him down is to combo him.
I mean, like, Isis just way outclears the Neith. Neith has no mechanic to stop the Wing Gust either outside of the ultimate, so it's pretty much free clear for Xaliea. And all of the pressure on Atarawxia to try to hold this lane against...
She is root immune during Wing Gust.
That's right.
Oh, trouble coming through. We heard that axe, but it's all about red. Seems Funball trying to take some damage. We have an ultimate coming out from the right, from the middle.
I think this is enough. Yeah, the dot should get it. Yes, indeed. KanyeLife too resilient here. Not going to hit level 5 just yet.
Qvo's coming in.
Trixtank in a bit of trouble. Bird's not going to hit. KanyeLife will need a cat stun.
Only level 4.
Or another slow to get anything out of this. But now, as you mentioned, Quvo rotating in on the backside. And that's enough
here
to peel away as the Dragon. But Bull is going to try to hit. Not going to get it. Will get the slow into Quvo. His blink is down. Leaping on the top with a feather step.
No.
But not a kill. Titan still does get the first blood in the lane, though. And I think Paradigm is... this lane is over. I mean... I think that they're a little shook, a little tilted here.
It's only going to get worse.
Really have the right tools to deal with this. Best they can do is just hope the Funballer gets their critical massing and clear the wave, and they somehow get them enough mana sustain.
By the way, did you notice KanyeLife looking for the Ox and not the Tiger Stun because they had Awilix in the lane for the pull off the knockup?
I did.
That is really smart. It shows that this comp wasn't picked like, oh, Wukong's strong, let's grab him. They came in with a very serious strategy, whereas it looked like Paradigm the entire time was forced to counterpick. Yes, they got the Kuang, which is important, but everything else seems like they were forced to pick it.
That cat stun into back off damage.
Yep.
That's a big deal. And ultimately here, you know, it's the Aphrodite first pick that I think threw Paradigm for the loop. They were really certain this was going to the soul lane, as we were as well. And then the Sun Wukong pick comes in, and you've got them all mixed up.
And then the Neith comes in. They're like, all right, so we're fighting Neith.
But Confrey has done a really nice job with this first pick. It's definitely seemed worth it over, say, the Kuang, right, who hasn't had that same impact. They've won the dual lane off of... Well, they've won the dual lane off the Bluestone Pendant, but the Aphrodite sustain with Sun Wukong doesn't hurt it either.
It's only going to get worse, too. You see the purple getting taken away. This is going to ensure that Titan is allowed to control this lane even harder. Every little bit of gold that they strip away from Ullr is huge because he is going for stacking at this point, and he's still about 300 gold away from getting that Transcendence online.
Yeah, it's just a great push or poke composition from Titan.
Aphrodite, though, notably very low in level, just hitting into 6 now. We'll need one more level to be able to clear that wave. Atarawxia getting shoved under that tower once again. Xaliea not having too much trouble, but we should note that it looks like he has a purple pot active, which means he technically is 450 gold behind out of the gate. So he has about a 350 gold deficit as of right now.
Yeah, and looking at how this lane is going to progress over here in the duo, it appears that they're going to leave Confrey over here as the pseudo-solo and let KanyeLife do the roaming, which makes a ton of sense. I mean, this lane just really continues to develop, and we're seeing some of that theory crafting from Titan. And it's a big game for them, as you mentioned. They haven't taken a game off of Paradigm in a long time, and they've never taken a set off of this team in competitive play this season. So pulling out the stops here, if you're wondering why you're seeing what appears to be some kind of pocket strategy, Titan has really struggled with this team.
You know, to the same point, I'm looking at Kanye, and I think this is really smart for him because, like you said, you're going to be looking towards a pseudo-roamer right now. The meditation's there, but KanyeLife has these Xaliea boots, right? So he's going to be starting to rotate once he gets the gold out of this lane. Ullr, though, looking to go back, right? This is going to give Aphrodite a free back here because you saw she went back, she got her pen boots, which means she clears now for free. One ability is going to clear the back line.
And they're zoning. Funballer here, but a hail of arrows will help push these minions down.
Super long range, yeah. Make sure he can't get pushed away. One of the best characters in the game against, I guess, being stripped away from golden experience. They have to push him pretty... Oh, that hurt.
Did he hit the minion or did he just cancel? Okay,
he hit the minion. Yeah.
Oh, KanyeLife.
A little bit wider of a hitbox than people give it credit.
Yeah, look at the zoning coming out from Titan. I mean, they're not even touching the creep wave until they force the Odin rotation out, and then they'll go ahead and clear it and send the Sun Wukong back.
Ullr still hasn't backed. I mean, he has to get out of this lane and get this Transcendence online. He has no damage, no control.
Yeah, he's got the 1,700. Well, he's just a few. He's what, like 50 gold from having it completed.
Kanye's still here. I want to see him go for that cudgel. Just hit Trixtank, get the 30 gold, and then rush over to mid lane. Bird Bomb, though, going to be used here. Actually, just the Raven Shield. They're trying to force him to lunge early. They're going to lock him in. Smart.
Okay, first ultimate used by Odin. Not going to find anything. Not going to shut down much healing either. Confrey, strangely enough, uses his healing inside the ring. Anyway, not going to get anything out of it. And look at Funballer tick down to that bluestone pendant. Chip away.
He's trying the back, but he keeps getting stopped. That wasted about 9 seconds for him total. That's going to hurt considering the fact that he needs to get this Transcendence. Finally got it online. He'll get boots as well. Still has a little bit of gold if he wants potions.
4-man rotation for
yeah,
Titan.
are they going to rush this tower down so early?
Yeah, it looks like. I mean, I think they know the Kuang's here, so they're just going to fight right into him, not let him get anything going. There's a Catslin coming out. They don't get the return off of it. Awilix waiting in the wings with a blink over the wall. Not going to find the knockup. Will find the knockup into the Feather Step. Not going to use Gravity Surge just yet. KanyeLife, he does have the decoy available as well to help them bail out, but Titan continues to hold this game by the throat. Although they aren't pulling ahead very much in farm, they are putting on a show certainly here over in the dual lane, but will it amount to anything is kind of the question, is what I'm seeing here. They haven't gotten much real advantage out of this outside of a flashy and very successful and very safe dual lane. And where's that early Gold Fury? And can they even take an early Gold Fury? It'll require a rotation from Atarawxia all the way over. And what that means is that Paradigm can pressure this solo lane a bit more than normally they would be able to. And I am not seeing them make that adjustment, unfortunately. I think that's maybe the name of the game here, is just go kill Atarawxia with QvoFred. Because their dual lane is pretty much forfeited. I mean, they don't need to rely heavily on that dual lane at this point. They just need Ullr to get his farm.
Smart of Cubo right there to teleport and then turn around to make sure he couldn't get pulled in case he got hit. Kanye very low right here. There goes the meditation to give him some mana back. He's going to be able to get up there. Funballer ringed right out of the sky. PrettyPriMe going to be traded out. This could be a 2-for-1 if they can follow it. Yes, Bluestone, it looks like, will be enough.
The dot took him down there. That Janus ultimate on the mark there, really securing that kill. Neith ultimate not on the right target, unfortunately. And Janus does get the tower aggro as the Unstable Vortex hits right as KanyeLife leaves the range.
Forced over. Cubo might have an opportunity for a turn kill. Kanye very low, no meditation available.
Oh,
nice kiss.
He may
Feather
die.
Step, he's real low, but so is Repi.
One Jingu Bang. KanyeLife doesn't have the mana, just zoning out, and QvoFred will be forced back to the base. With that, let's check over into the solo lane, where it is Neith versus Isis, and you see a little bit how this one goes. They trade damage, and Xaliea has really, really annoying clear.
Oh,
but
Xaliea
Atarawxia getting the better of that exchange now.
Yeah, Xaliea doesn't have any more clear there. Spirit Arrow notably down, though, and he already used his World Weaver, so he's not going to have that opportunity either. It was a chance for a lockdown, but he's not going to get it. He's going to go into the jungle here. It looks like split the speed buff as we see Repikas takes his route over. No, Atarawxia looking for rotations. Where does he think he went? What's he going to be looking for there?
I think he wants to just reverse clear this lane
as fast as possible, right?
Yeah.
I mean, late game, both of these characters are pretty much even, right? You have the better damage overall for objectives from Atarawxia, but you have the the neutral objective control with Gold Fury and Fire Giant with the Circle of Protection. They both have very similar damage in the end game. Isis a little bit easier to pick off, and Neith has a little bit more sustainable damage. They're very even in the end game, which is not usually very common when you have solo lane matchups. Usually it's like one's a little bit better early, one's a little bit better late. Like, this is a very even matchup.
But we've seen Kuang do quite well in games where he's been behind at the start. And the carry potential is certainly much higher on the side of Paradigm.
Funballer's getting a little bit greedy here.
I'm not sure that there's enough out of this. Oh, that's a kill.
Funballer getting a little bit greedy. That axe, he had to know that wasn't going to do anything. Confrey can't heal, though. Still has his ultimate available to him.
Can they do the damage to him, though, in time? Will they get the execute off? No, not yet. Blinking forward, and no! Healed up. Confrey, the birds did it.
Wow, look at this. Lawbster. No, he's gonna go back. KanyeLife in between two. Cudgel only going to get hit one. Repikas.
Big Unstable Vortex.
Oh, my God. That
Gravity
was
Surge
gorgeous.
as well from Repi. That Unstable Vortex did a ton of damage. He got the threshold down, hitting two, getting that extra scaling and slowing them.
And then that Ox comes out, rips him right out of the sky for Repi. Beautiful play, beautiful follow-up.
They can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, they got two there. Isis is on the other side of the map. Ullr's coming back at level 9. They still have a healer. Like, what are they afraid of?
Neith ultimate is not up, however. So they don't have much kill potential here until that is available again.
I love that Kanye went up into the sky like that.
Yeah, Kanye's going to go play the old Disruption game with the Wukong. He's transitioning more and more into that frontline tank disruptor. He'll have his mystical mail likely completed here shortly.
That was also, don't forget, when he lands from the Somersault Cloud, that's Bluestone activation. It's an ability. I mean, that's even more damage coming their way. They couldn't deal with it. Zidane, let's go to the charts.
Hey, it's charts. 5,000 experience, 3,500 gold.
Wow.
Titan, they've actually gotten a lead now off of this pretty good start here. But
they've out-janked Paradigm, right? Like this comp, you couldn't pick against it.
Oh yeah, no, they got completely mind games. They didn't see. I don't think they saw this coming in the draft. I mean, well, perhaps they did. I mean, you never know. Titan could have been running this in scrims or ranked, and they could have had an idea about this could be coming their way. But still, I think a lot of this is that interaction with some Wukong and Blue Sun Pennant. They talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. I mean, that's what is making this work. Is just the fact that he's getting all of that extra damage out of what are essentially guaranteed spells. Like it's near impossible to miss a Sun Wukong spell outside of transformations.
Coming in here. Atarawxia is going to spot him.
Yeah, great game sense there from Atarawxia. He sniffs it out. QvoFred will have to blink forward if he wants to pursue this. Will not be able to.
Kind of thought he was going to go all in there.
And Atarawxia will survive. That ultimate is available again, World Weaver, as you see the pressure coming into the mid lane. Another note about Blue Sun Pennant, that dot, it does disable blinks for a little bit longer than normal as well.
True.
So a Jingu Bang, the beginning of the fight, onto the Odin or the Kuang on the side of Paradigm can pay some dividends later on in the fight.
That's
and
right.
Look at Paradigm.
With level 1 blink, right, you're looking at downtime of 7.5 seconds on your blink. That hurts.
Yeah, and so every time he gets that, and now you'll see Trixtank, his blink would normally be up, forced to leap forward. He's going to find the ring on the 1. He'll get Confrey, he gets the healer, but do they have any follow-up damage? No, away she goes. Pretty fine. That Janus, perfect use of the portal there. World Weaver was stopped by QvoFred. They'll get the knocking these gravity surge. They will indeed, actually, and they're going to get that kill, no problem. Moving forward on Suku is Awilix. Sun Wukong taking up the tower. Oh, the dot still active. I'm sorry, the steroid still active onto Repikas, and he just chews through Nuwa. Down will go Trixtank as well. It's 10-1 for Titan. And this is a stomp.
We're in F6 territory, Bart. Like, this is getting to the point where they're not going to be able to control anymore. This is a guaranteed tier 2, and they have more than enough time to go for the Gold Fury as well. At this point in the game, that's like a 3,200 gold advantage. I mean, this is insane.
And this is why this game was billed as such a big game for Europe. It's just two teams, very, very inventive, very high skill-based teams, lots of coordination between these two. Titan really known for their communication, their comms, their ability to play as a unit. Paradigm known for really making the big plays and making it happen for them even in the most dire of situations. Although I don't know they've seen something quite this steep against them in some time. I mean, they do have the Kuang, they do have the better late game with the Ullr and the Isis as well. But with Warlock Sash on the side of the Isis, Book of Thoth still pending from the Nuwa. Janus with his cooldown and pen boots ready to go. He's going to be all over the map. And, you know, last but not least here, it's Repi. And Repi has gotten off to an insane start at 5-0-4.
I mean, that last play by itself where Repi uses his Feather Step to jump over the Shining Metal stun probability, get himself into a bad spot or a good spot, and kill Lawbster at the same time. Like, he just understands his opponent's front to back. And after that big play, I mean, we're going to go back to the graphs. We were just there. It was 3,000. Now it's 8.
8 and 10, yeah. The Gold Fury and that Tier 2 mid going down. The final towers are on the right side of the map here, and well, it's just a matter of when, not if, really, for Titan. They can, you know, with the Sun Wukong here, they walk into the tower, but they'll wait for their creep wave, and I don't think the Paradigm can contest the Tier 1 at all. They will be looking towards that Tier 2 to put up their defense. But all 5 members of Titan are here, and they are ready to rock. Moving forward is KanyeLife, looking for a bit of poke before they get this thing underway. Next minion wave coming in, and here comes the troops. Linked up is KanyeLife, looking to disrupt in the front line. Trixtank, he's going to find the good ring on a few. Jingu Bang not used early on in that fight is worth noting as well. Confrey ultimate used to prevent some damage coming out, getting quite low. Trixtank, Repi will kill off QvoFred, so there will be no return assassinations later on in this game. KanyeLife, one more Jingu Bang should be enough. Doesn't matter. Repi's going to get the kill as well. Feather Step is there. The burst damage is huge, and that's the Executioner right there, shredding away the protections. All the damage coming from KanyeLife as well. Repi, another Feather Step should be coming up shortly. Will miss the kitty, but
blinking
now
back in. PrettyPriMe. Unstable Vortex.
If we're going to see the F6, it would happen right now. It looks like Paradigm is going to try to hold this one out.
You know, it's funny. You said it. Like, the only towers remaining were on the right side. They just took all the left towers, all the mid towers, all the right towers. We're getting the right Phoenix. That was a 15-minute game with 1
game
kill
2,
per minute.
Looking forward to some Khepri, because they're going to have to ban Sun Wukong or Aphrodite.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, if not, Titan's going to take it again.
That was insane.
Yes, that was insane.
I can't believe that was that one-sided.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can believe it was that one-sided. I mean, it was a complete kind of just mind destruction.
Let's look at the picks and bans, right? My big issue was, where did Ullr come into that?
Yeah, the Ullr-Odin combination, I mean...
See, I get the Odin.
There's... Yeah, the
Odin's
anti-heal is great, but that Ullr, you're right. I mean, sure, Axe and the Bird Bomb, fine, but there's a lot of ADCs that Neith route into Bird Bomb is fine. I mean, it's
Right.
the same. It's the same amount of potential kills there. So, where did the Ullr factor in? Was it just purely his late game potential? I don't know.
Perhaps
range clear.
They already had Kuang for late game.
I think maybe they projected the Sun Wukong in the dual lane, which is why they picked the Ullr so that he could outrange the poke potentially. But that's stretching.
I mean, we also should talk about Watcher's Gift versus Bluestone. Obviously, KanyeLife just held that lane down for free.
Yeah, easy peasy. Let's take a look at our play of the game and our players of the game and our first blood replays and all the fun things we do at the end of the game. Boys, let's get it started. Here is your first blood.
So I love the way that Repi did this. He waits until he's almost back at the ground to make sure he maximizes the damage timing.
Wow.
Then jumps in.
Yeah.
Here comes the Feather Step before the Shining Metal comes out. Not done yet. Unstable Vortex was perfect. And you notice, as soon as he hits the ground, he's knocked back up. Repikas just... Awilix play, unbelievable.
Using that extra distance. The Executioner. Once you got the Jotuns and the Executioner online, you know,
and
3
this.
hits and a Feather Step was tons of damage.
Just
Here,
the beads activation to stop the ultimate to make sure that he doesn't get caught early on, and Repikas the whole time is just laying waste. No one's, I mean, one of the reasons that Awilix isn't seen as one of the best characters in the game is because she dies, but she only dies if you focus her.
yeah. And well, if you pick an Aphrodite, she
Then
doesn't
she's
die.
invincible and has extra damage and a slow attached to her, and
It's a
she's
tough one.
healing.
Yeah, she did really, really well. I mean, we didn't really see the knockups there, but it was that Sun Wukong and all the leapers. I mean, Odin was forced to leap, basically to make it happen.
So next up here, we're going to talk about our Alpha Draft top performers, and I'll be
Sounds
very
good.
surprised if we see any Titan. Or, I'm
welcome.
sorry, if we don't see all of Titan.
It's Titan. There they are.
Wow.
They were the top performers in this game, as you
Pretty clearly
would suspect.
Yeah, I mean, that was a 15-minute game.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever seen Paradigm have a 15. They had a 6-minute
You know, I
game,
asked
right?
production today when I came in. I was like, "Hey, are the games long?" And they were like, "Oh, you get some long ones today." And now I see that they were getting my goat, my proverbial goat.
You
if
have a
will.
goat?
I do.
I thought you had a dog.
I had a goat.
I feel like that they
I roasted the goat, and ate the goat.
Rare. That
Delicious
was,
goat.
That was my joke.
Great joke.
I was going to take that joke.
Well done. But game 2 is coming your way, my friends. Will Paradigm somehow recover from that beating that they just took?
See, to me, you know, a very emotional team is Paradigm.